Geek, Citadel.
Welcome to Opinionated Gamer. I'm going to talk about Fallout 4 Season Pass and multiplayer stuff like Black Ops and games being split into two different sections. So let's start with Fallout 4's Season Pass. So when I first heard about this Season Pass for Fallout, it was before the game was coming out and they had absolutely no idea what they were going to do for DLC. So suddenly they were like, here, pay $29.99 for a chance to have some kind of DLC. So now that the game's been released and everybody's played it, it's got rave reviews and all that good stuff, they're like, hey, let's go ahead and bump the price up of the DLC. Luckily, if you retroactively purchased all the DLC from the season pass, or you were one of those crazy people that were like, oh man, I'm just gonna buy DLC without knowing what it is, you'll still get it. And you still have a chance to get that price right now until March. But it seems strange to me that somebody would come up with the idea of a season pass and then suddenly they're like, hey, now we're going to bump it up an extra $25 to $50. Like, oh, you guys didn't have any plan whatsoever as to what your season pass is going to cost, but now you're going to bump up the price for people that have to purchase it later? That makes no sense to me. It turns out that the extra $25 is going to an expansion pack of the season pass, which is called Far Harbor. But that doesn't make sense why they would increase the season pass itself. Why don't you just put out the season pass content and then, release the expansion pack on its own? It should be standalone costs as opposed to increasing the season pass costs. It's basically marketing PR bullshit. It's like, oh, if you get the season pass right now, you'll get Far Harbor. So basically you're trying to get me to pay for your DLC at this very moment because it's such a deal that I'll be paying it extra $25 later if I don't get it now. No one is gonna fall for that bullshit. Well, okay, a lot of people will fall for it, but I won't fall for it. And I just say don't do it. Don't pay the price. These dudes are slick. You don't even know if the DLC is gonna be any good. Wait for the Game of the Year editions like many other people will wait for. Many games come out with all this season pass jargon and all this bullshit. Just wait until you can actually buy the game in a full package and get everything. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that season pass stuff. Don't risk it. Next, let's talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has actually split its multiplayer and single player up. Just kidding. It's actually just a starter pack where you only get the ranked modes of the regular multiplayer. You don't get zombies, you don't get any of the other multiplayer stuff whatsoever. And the idea is that it's called a starter pack. Starter pack for $15. Okay, I like that idea, but not the starter pack idea. I like the idea of the multiplayer and the single player being split up into a proper price point. Like if the multiplayer was $30 and the single player was $30, hey, you just made a big amount of money because most people know that they want to play one part and not the other. But to say that you're going to make a starter pack for $15, which only includes certain modes for multiplayer, and then the only way to get the rest of the game, even the multiplayer, if I couldn't pay $15 more to just get multiplayer, I actually have to pay the rest of the $44 to get the rest of the game if I want to continue playing the rest of the multiplayer. And that is unbelievable. It's a good step in the right direction, but it's actually a bad idea in the long run because you're basically telling people to pay $15 for a certain section of multiplayer, but if they want to, or later, even if the game goes on sale later on, you still have to pay the full price of the game. So it's not real. It's basically a trash starter pack. The starter pack is trash. It's a bad idea. But splitting the games in two, that's a fantastic idea. I've been saying that about multiplayer and single player only games, multiplayer and single player games for a long time. Basically, if Battlefield just came out recently, not Battlefield, but Battlefront. Battlefront came out recently and I was like, oh, okay, is this only multiplayer? And they're like, yeah, pretty much. You don't get a campaign single player. It's like, oh, then your price should probably be $35-$40, period. If you're going to feed me only multiplayer, gameplay, then your base starting price for this game should be $40 to $50. And the same goes for single player games. Let's be honest. Lately games have gotten really lazy, coming out for super amounts of money. And only indie developers seem to get the point that I shouldn't be paying $60 straight out for a game that lasts for 5 hours and didn't really like add any extra stuff to keep me playing. It's not like it's a free roaming open world game like Grand Theft Auto or something. It'll be like, oh, The Order, I played it for 6 hours and I beat it, and now there's nothing else to the game whatsoever. You pay $69, like you pay $60 for this. That's a bad idea. Like, give me the appropriate amount of money for what I'm paying for. Let me make that's why people wait for sales nowadays, because it's not even worth it to go out and pay $59.99 for a game that you don't even know is going to last for more than 4 hours. And if it does, if it was any good. Same thing goes for multiplayer. Multiplayer only games need to be cut in half or have an adjusted price. They should not be full retail price. Unless, of course, I'll say this. Unless, of course, the content matches the price. If you're going to give me, let's say, 25 maps, an assortment of classes, constantly changing like randomizers and events and stuff like that. Like, if you really put your mind to what you did in the DLC, in the content, then that's perfectly fine for you to charge $59. But most of the time, it'll be the same old shit. They'll be like, oh, you get capture the flag, you get team deathmatch, and you get 8 maps. Give me $59.99. And you're like, what? No, you don't deserve $59.99 for rehashing the FPS formula again. And that's Call of Duty in a nutshell. Unfortunately, that is pretty much what they do. And Battlefield as well. Like, all these games with multiplayer only aspects, they need to be cut in half. So let's have a solo and a multiplayer side where we can pay for one side and you can pay for the other. If you want to buy the full game, you should be able to buy the full game as well. A lot of people only want to play single player. A lot of people want to play multiplayer. Let's split that price. Come on, we can do it. Come on, Activision. Come on, EA. Let's make this a thing. Thanks for sitting there and listening to me ramble on, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, whatever game it is. I didn't have any game in front of me while I was recording this, but I appreciate you listening to Opinionated Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.